Hi, it's Jill from the IC Network, and I'm here in my office today with another self-help tip on living with IC. Thought I'd take a moment and talk a little bit about the upcoming holiday season, especially for those patients who are newly diagnosed. So this is going to be your first holiday with IC, and there are some tips and some tricks that I think are going to help you have a joyful and wonderful holiday season. So number one, traveling. Let's talk about traveling. Listen, if you're having active IC symptoms and your bladder's on fire, the last thing you want to do is get in your car and drive 500 miles to grandma's house. That may actually be a little bit unrealistic. So it's important that you keep the holidays close. You know, my IC is really under control right now, and I still am not going to commit to driving 500 miles to a relative's house. It's important that you accept the fact that driving in a car that has a very bumpy suspension is going to be uncomfortable. Now, if you don't have a choice and you've got to do it, then make sure you watch our Driving with IC videos, but it might be helpful to do a little bit of pre-medication ahead of time, like a bit of a muscle relaxant to help calm your pelvic floor. Of course, you definitely want to use some heating pads during the trip, again, to keep your muscles comfortable. And it's important to break trips into small segments. So rather than just driving for 10 hours straight, you know, if you can drive for 3 hours, then take a break, another 3 hours to take a break, that's a good way to make a car drive more comfortable. But personally, I think it's important to let your family know that you're not, that you're struggling with some discomfort and that traveling a long distance is a bit of a burden for you. You would like to keep the holidays closer to home. Hey, put the question out. You can ask. There's nothing wrong with asking. Number two, I want you to remember that you're not Superman or Superwoman. You know, the holidays bring out crazy stresses, and if you're a mother or a father, you think that you're supposed to be everything to everybody, and you know, by the time Christmas Day whirls around, you're exhausted. I don't want you to do that. You are not Superwoman when you have IC. It's very important that you pace yourself and ask for help. You do not have to do everything. Ask for help from your partner, from your family, from your friends. It's okay. You're hurt. You have IC. It's okay to ask for help. Please do it. Number three, let's talk about bringing meals in the holidays to your home. I mean, the perfect solution for an ICer is to actually have the holidays at your house. You know, I mean, that's great because people come to you. And I think that that's very, very respectful of what you're struggling with. And so I absolutely encourage you to do that. Invite everybody to your house, but make it a potluck. You don't have to cook everything. Ask other people to chip in. So if you want to do the turkey, great. Luckily, turkey is very IC friendly. You know, luckily, most of the traditional holiday foods are very IC friendly with the exception of perhaps the spaghettis or lasagnas. So if you're going to go for the turkey and the mashed potatoes and the corn and the sweet potatoes, you know what, go for it. Those are all going to be fairly IC friendly foods. But again, ask people to bring food so that you're not stuck in the kitchen trying to make everything yourself because, again, I think that that's a little bit unrealistic. Let's talk about cheating for a moment because it's the holidays and you're really, really tempted to cheat, aren't you? Oh, I know you are. And what's the favorite night to cheat? Christmas Eve. And when do you pay for it? Christmas Day. Okay, we don't want to do that. We just don't want to do that. And again, luckily, most of the traditional holiday foods are really IC friendly. What I don't want you to do is have a lot of wine because wine is very, very irritating. You know, stay away from the traditional forbidden foods, the coffees, the chocolates, the green teas, the sodas. You've really got to kind of break tradition. I mean, listen, if your family traditionally has lasagna on Christmas Eve, like my family, along with something chocolate, you know you're not going to do that because we want you to have a great Christmas Day. So try to pick foods that you know you're going to love. Okay, so if it's chocolate cake, you know what? You can have carrot cake. That's okay. If it's lasagna, you know what? You can have a side dish of maybe a pesto-based lasagna instead of a tomato sauce. It's okay to have new traditions. okay to have new traditions. If you're looking for more information on diet, of course, please come visit our website. And I really want you to look at that forbidden food list, because that's really what you should avoid on those pivotal Christmas and holiday moments. Okay, let's talk about family for a moment, because, you know, why is it there's always an Uncle Joe or an Aunt Sue who comes and they kind of look at you across the table and go, why do you still have that bladder problem? Oh, come on, I just took cranberry. You know, don't you think you're just making a little much of this? You know, there's always somebody in the family that's a little bit critical on the holidays. Darn it. Gosh, I wish they weren't. I wish they were a little bit more sensitive rather than insensitive, but the fact is that it does happen. So I want you to be prepared to defend yourself, and but not in an aggressive way. I mean, just say, hey, you know what? I have this condition. It's called Interstitial Cystitis. If you want to learn more about it, I've got a great book that I can give you. And then change the subject. Just change the subject. It's okay. Move on. Now, it's also important that you take time for yourself. I mean, yeah, you're not Superwoman, but there are times when your IC might be flaring and, you know, you want to bite your lip and just keep on going. And, you know, I don't know if that's really a good thing or not. I mean, I think it's important to rest. The body heals when it's at rest. So if you need to take a nap every day, do it. Even a half-hour nap during the day is very, very rejuvenating. If you want to go out and just walk in the park, it's important, and it's okay for you to take time for you, and it's okay for you to have that quiet space. And last but not least, you know, the hardest part about the holidays is when you're having a really, 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 really bad time. It's happened to me a couple of times but you're really optimistic. You're just hoping, yeah, I'm going to get there for Thanksgiving. And then you wake up that morning and you know you're going to have a really bad IC day. And I think it's really important on those days that you not force yourself. If you're having a rotten day and you feel bad and you need to use your pain meds, then it's absolutely okay to stay home. It's okay to say no. It's okay to gracefully bow out. It's okay to call your mom and say, you know, Mom, it's a really, really bad day. I just can't get in the car and drive it. So I really wish you guys have a great holiday, but I right now need to stay home. And then, of course, if somebody will offer to bring some holiday food to you, that's fantastic. But it's absolutely okay to say no. Well, those are some of my tips for the holidays. I hope that helps. And as always, please come visit our website at www.ic-network.com for some more tips and suggestions.